So now for the fonts. So we have the different colors here. So I'm just going to put the title, subtitle, and normal text in black. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't be able to put these in different colors for the other slides. All right, so let's just start with this first one. We'll just call it header. And I prefer just to add other text boxes because then you'll be able to copy and paste it a little bit easier. So add a text box here for the header. And if you imagine that you'll be doing capitalized and then lowercase, or all caps, or all lowercase, there we go. You can just kind of set that up for yourself. Subheader. So we'll make this a little bit bigger. We'll make this a little bit smaller. See if it'll fit. That's really small, but it's okay. Let's make this a little bit wider. And we'll bold it. And then we'll just keep this like it is, and then we'll have normal text. And like I mentioned, we can change the color, we can change the size. We are not committed to anything in particular at this point in time. It's just a matter of helping us have some decisions made. So now we want to choose the font, and you can go into any type of font database that you have, whether it's a site that you like. I don't necessarily have a suggestion there. But fonts, free fonts. Fonts here, all these kinds of fonts. So don't be afraid to do a search, but I recommend getting the Extensis Fonts add-on. And if you don't have it yet, just go down to Manage Add-ons and then search Extensis. I personally really like a sans serif header. And you know, the serif, those are just the little lines at the bottom. That's the serif. And then you go to sans serif and you see them right there. Something a little thick and interesting. So this is definitely getting a little bit different than my website, okay? It's getting a bit different than the website. So I've kind of gone away from my inspiration, but I do have a sans serif and then a sans serif and a serif for my regular text. Even though these aren't necessarily regular text, I still have a mix of a sans serif and serif, okay? So I'm going to go for the same sans serif, but it's just not going to be bold. And then I'm going to also underline the headers. I don't know. Might change it later. And then for the serif is going to just be this one. Okay? You can spend more time making those decisions. Um, I did do the different options, but I like having my headers in all caps. I know, it's like I'm screaming, but I don't see it that way. And then I like having my subtitles just being normally capitalized. And then same for the regular text. But I'll just do it like this. Okay, and then I kind of want to make all of these bigger. And then I just need to spread them out. So yeah, I figured like, I don't know, I'm thinking about my husband right now. It's just, dude, always think about that guy. Alright, so here we go. Now, like literally I'm just sitting here trying to make decisions about fonts, and it's like early. Okay, so, alright. Oops. Cool. So there's that. And it looks pretty good. I like that. I like that. I like a lot. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get into photos, shapes, animations. So when I go to my website and I go to my inspo, I always have these pages here. So I'm going to insert that image. I really like that. And I also want to add my logo here. So let's come back here. And photos, shapes, animations. I'm going to insert the photo. And oh, yeah, this is definitely getting used. This is not what I went there for, but this is totally happening. It's animation that I will use. Let's get the image. Oh, here's this red book that I wanted to use. I found these earlier. Okay, I found them earlier. And also, where is the image? This is what I was doing earlier today. Here we go. Yes. I did edit this using Pixlr. And here's the original version. I'll insert that as well. There it is. Good. In order to get the first one that I insert, I took this one here and went into Pixlr and edited it. So I did use the lasso tool in order to do that. Again, this is Pixlr. And I went in with the cutout, lasso tool, circled what I wanted to keep. Great. So photos, shapes, animations. Now, as far as shapes go, I like rectangles and I like circles. So I'm going to use those shapes. You might find some other shapes here that work better for you, but I'm going to use red rectangles with a pretty thick outline, and I'm going to use, I said I would use red rectangles, but we'll save that and figure out what colors I use. And then I'm going to use circles also, and we'll figure out what color they'll be later. But they should be the same thickness, which seems like they are. And if you want to make sure that you make a perfect circle, then when you start, you hold the shift key. And then make sure that it's a perfect circle. Okay. Did I use 4 or 8? 4. Circles and rectangles, and then icons with links. So in the case that you want for people to always be able to provide feedback to you throughout your presentation, whatever the slide might be, and you might create a Google form for that. So you can have your little Google form on every slide in the little corner. And it could be Google Forms. I'm trying to think what this could be. It could be maybe a Mentimeter presentation where you're collecting data. Any link that you might want people to be able to access at any time during your presentation. So for me, because I have the themed colors that I do, and I would like to have a Google form where people are able to give feedback at any time. Now, of course, if you are doing this type of presentation, you would publish it on the web or something like that for people to actually be able to click on this. So this might not actually be an appropriate feature for everyone, but there's also the possibility that you as a presenter want to have a link on hand throughout the entire presentation. So you might want to be able to access an Excel sheet if you're a manager to access particular data throughout your presentation. So this is not what I wanted to click on. So I paused, I guess. So we're going to search the web. And oh yeah, Google form logo. It's purple. Oh no, it's purple. That is not the color I need. It's okay. So now I think it's okay if we format options it. So we can recolor. And possibly there will be an option that fits more or less the color scheme that we have, but we don't have an option that does. Well, this blue kind of fits. It kind of fits. Interesting. But you can also go for a grayscale. Okay, and I like the grayscale better for this. So this is going to be our Google Doc icon and Google Form icon. And I don't have a link right now that I would actually like to use, but if you were to have a link that you wanted to add, let's, I do have a form. Let's see if I can go to research. So this is a Google Form link that I could add just to demonstrate how to do this. Add the link, paste it, apply, and then when you come to copy this on whatever page it might be, you copy and paste it, it's going to maintain that link when you copy and paste it. Okay, so I think this is gorgeous. At any time, if you realize that you need to add something else that might be reused, you can add it here. But I think we're done with this. So again, this slide is here for you. 10 minutes are encouraged to be your time frame for this. And when you're done, I'll be here.